When doing our research for our music project, which was a music video, we started by looking at a book called Nights in the Distraction Factory by Andrew Goodwin in September, and sort of gave us a good starting point to look at what we could make our video look like in terms of the conventions of it and how it could fit into the industry at the moment in 2012. Some of the facts I briefly drew out from it were firstly, music videos demonstrated certain genre characteristics. So for example, if it was a rock video by Green Day, there'd be a performance in there with sort of your normal band set up with a bass, guitar, drums, etc, etc. And if it was a boy or girl band, maybe something like Girls Aloud, there'd be a dance routine, sort of very glam, and that's typically what it would be. Secondly, there'd be a relationship between the lyrics and visuals, so it illustrated and or could amplify or contradict the lyrics, sort of drove the video along really, and it was a probably more accurate way of portraying the video itself, so showed the relationship between the lyrics and what was going on the screen. Number 3, the need for lots of close-ups. So promotionally this would help, sort of gives the band their iconography, which would be my next point. Also makes it a bit more variety, so you've got throw in some close-ups in there, a bit more dramatic for the audience, feel sort of more engaged with the video itself, and then you mix it up with maybe some long shots, and then there'll be close-ups of the instruments, not only of the style themselves, so you can see what is actually being played, and the audience member feels like they're there and feels more part of the music video itself and the whole experience and interactivity of it. As I said, the next point would be the stars' sort of motifs and iconography across their work. So, for example, it pains me to say it, someone like R. Kelly, with like bling and being sort of flash and things like that with the limos, and that would be his iconography as like a hip hop star, and surrounded by girls in bikinis and that sort of thing. And that's the sort of image he wants to portray, and this would be seen throughout his videos. Also an idol of mine, someone like Ian Brown, sort of just quite a casual kind of guy in his videos, doesn't really care what he comes across as, it's just him sort of standing there swinging a microphone about. That's what sort of thing I'm saying. So across the genres, if it's more sort of hip hop, R&B, there's more iconography, whereas the more sort of right it goes towards alternative rock, indie, that sort of thing, the less iconography they go for, really. As someone that does iconography mainly at the moment, I'd probably say is Lady Gaga. Sort of likes to show she's a bit more quirky, shall we say, in her music videos. And then the notion of looking, which goes back to the other point about the need for close-ups for promotional reasons, just shows the lead singer mostly that, well, if there's other band members, then there won't be as many notion of looking with them, but the lead singer, when they're singing normally, when they're looking at the microphone, be looking straight at the camera, and there's that audience interactivity again. So basically we can draw up from studying the Andrew Goodwin book, like the report he done, we can put these things into our music video and aim to go towards what was shown in this book. So it gives us a good starting point to go from, a good point of reference, good research.